Good evening, friends. Welcome to 360DigiTMG. Today and in the previous Saturday, we have discussed about we were exploring the different frameworks for building the powerful LLM applications. So we have understood about the LLM applications. We have gone through the LangChain, Haystack, Llama Index, and today we are going forward with our Llama CPP. So Llama CPP is a C++ library that will provide an efficient and easy to use interface, and it will have an interface with the LLMs, large language models. It is based on a Facebook like Llama model, okay, which is a fractal language model that has been trained on a massive data sets of text as well as codes. Key benefits of using the llama.cpp for for LLM interference. Okay, so what are the key benefits? First is a universal compatibility. Llama.cpp is designed as a CPU first CPP C++ library, which means less complexity and seamless integrations into other programming environment. This broad compatibility accelerated its adoption across its various platforms. It have comprehensive feature integrations, which will act as a repository for critical low level features. It will have llama.cpp mirrors, like it will have a LangChain approach, which will have a high level compatibilities, which will form streamlining the development process with the potential future scalability challenges. Then there is focused optimization. Llama.cpp will focus on a single model architecture at a time. It will enable a precise and effective improvements. Its commitment to Llama models through formats like ggml and gguf has led to substantial efficiency gains. Then there is llama.cpp architecture. Llama.cpp's backbone is the original Llama model, which is also based on a transformer architecture. The author of Llama leverages various improvements that were subsequently proposed and used different models such as PALM. Okay, we have gone through PALM model, which is a foundation-based model. The main difference between the Llama architecture and the transformer is it is a pre-normalization, just like that of GPT-3. It is used to improve the training stability by normalizing the inputs of each transformer sublayers using an RMS normalization approach instead of normalizing the output. Then there is Swig GLU activation functions, which is a PALM function, okay, which is used in PALM model. The original non-linearity, that is ReLU activation functions, is replaced by the SwigLU activation functions, which leads to performance improvements. Then there is rotary embeddings. Okay, the rotary positional embeddings was added at each layers of the networks after removing the absolute positional embeddings. Okay, then these are all the applications with respect to Llama CPP framework. So it can be useful for question answering tasks. Llama CPP can be used to build question answering systems that can answer factual questions in a comprehensive and informative ways. Then there is text summarization. Llama CPP can be used to summarize long documents or text passages into a concise summaries. Then there is content generation. Llama CPP can be used to generate different creative text formats such as poems, code, script, musical pieces, email, letters, etc. Then it can also be useful for natural language processing tasks. It can be useful for varieties of natural language processing tasks, such as it can be useful for sentiment analysis, topic modeling, and machine translation. Then there is Langflow. It is a virtual programming environment for building AI applications using a large language models. It's designed to make it easier for the developers and non-developers alike to create the AI powered apps without extensive coding knowledge. A user friendly interface. It features a drag and drop interface where users can connect pre-built blocks to create various workflows. A way to create agents, chatbots, and other AI systems without writing the code. It also allows users to focus on the logic and design of their applications rather than on the underlying codes. Then these are all the key features. So here we can see these are all the chain functions. Okay, these are all the prompts available. Zero shot, okay, few shot prompting likewise. And these are all the components with respect to our model. Then these are the key features. Drag and drop interface. Users can easily create flows by dragging and connecting the blocks that can represent different actions and LLM capabilities. Then there is pre-built blocks. It offers a library of pre-built blocks for common tasks such as question answering, text generation, translation, summarizations, and many more. It can be useful for customizable blocks. Like if we want to customize something, like users can also create their own custom blocks to extend the functionalities of their flows. Okay, so there it can be useful for integration. If you want to integrate with the LLM models, yes, it can connect with various LLMs, including OpenAI, Cohere, GPT-J, and others, allowing users to leverage the power of these large models. Then testing and debugging. It provides tools for testing and debugging, which can be useful for the efficient workflow. Then there is exporting the flows. That users can export their flows as codes or run them directly within the Langflow interface. Okay. So this is one of the things. So these are all the benefits with respect to our framework. It simplifies the AI development, which will make it easier for people with varying levels of technical expertise. Then it can be useful for speed up the development process. And then it can be useful for expanding the access to LLM capabilities. We can like make the use of this powerful LLMs for more accessible to wider range of users. We can use it for wider ranges of users. And it can use for facilitating the collaborations and sharings. Users can share their flows with others, enabling the collaborations and knowledge transfer. Then there is Chainlit. Chainlit, firstly, we will understand what is Chainlit. So, Chainlit is a decentralized content sharing platform that is built on a blockchain technology. It aims to revolutionize the content distribution by creating a transparent and fair ecosystems for creators as well as for consumers. The basic idea or function behind this Chainlit is it operates as a decentralized network where creators can publish content directly to the users directly to the users without intermediates. It employs blockchain transparency and smart contrast to ensure fair compensations and contain authenticity between these two. Then there is importance in this context. In a world saturated with centralized contained platform, Chainlit stands out for its potentials to disrupt traditional models. Its centralized nature will provide creators with more control over their work. It will ensure the transparency between the transactions from the users, from the consumers, as well as who are developing, who are developers or creators. Then it will offer the consumers genuine content. Okay. From the creators directly, it will be going towards the consumers without any intermediate. So here we have a key concepts of chainlet. There is a decentralized content ledger. Then the chainlet will operate on a decentralized approach, which will be securely recording contained transactions and ownership details through blockchain technology. Okay. What it will do, it will first, we will upload some kind of document or file, whatever we want to extract. Then it will extract that text from the PDF or whatever the PDF or whatever the file is, and then it will form some chunks. After chunking, after whatever the chunks we are providing, okay, these chunks will be forming the embeddings. Embeddings means it is a numerical approach of this text. Okay, numerical representation of this text. Okay, after that it will be stored in our this chroma data chroma framework. Okay, after that, whenever the user query will be there, user query will be converted into the user embeddings, and then it will form some search documents. Okay, it will use the OpenAI approach, or it can use any approach, and then it will again go there. Again, it will generate some generative AI response with respect to our OpenAI API key. So this is like a framework between this from uploading the documents to the getting answers back to the users. Okay, so there is a smart contrast for contained transactions. Smart contrast within the chainlet will automate and enforce the contained transactions, which will ensure the fair compensation as well as transparency for both creators as well as consumers. This is the key concepts of Translit. So it will have a creator-consumer interaction. Creators will publish content directly on the chainlet platforms. It is accessible to consumers without interminence or without any interminant persons or without any interminant framework. Okay, so the smart contracts manage the content distribution as well as compensation. There is a blockchain integration. Chainlet interacts with the blockchain to store the immutable records of content ownerships or transactions or provenance, which will ensure the transparencies as well as trust. There is content token. Content token will do what? Chainlet will utilize the tokens to represent ownership or access, which will have rights to content. It will facilitate and secure a transparent So the chainlets will employ specific conceptual algorithm or mechanism to validate and secure the content transactions within this centralized network. Okay. So after that, we have the challenges and the future development. So these are all the challenges. Let's take a look on this. So here in the challenges, we have current limitations or obstacles. Just take a look at it. So, so here in the current limitations or obstacles, we have a scalability concern. In the scalability concern, we have chainlet. Chainlet might face scalability issues when it will be handled for a large volumes of contained transactions. Okay, then there is adoption hurdles. Like when it will be getting widespread, okay, widespread across the adoption process, it could be challenging due to existing centralized contained platform we have. Okay, after that we have a proposed or anticipated solutions. Here what we are doing, here we have a layers. Okay, we are exploring of chain solutions. We have layers of two protocols, or we can say a optimized consciousness mechanism to enhance the scalability. Then after that, we have a future development or enhancement. Here in the enhanced infrastructure, we have, if suppose we are investing in the infrastructure, which will update, which will upgrades to accumulate increased user activity or transaction volumes, or if suppose we have a interoperability integration, so it will what, it will do what, it will integrate with the other blockchain networks or platforms to enhance the same. Okay, so this is one thing with respect to our chainlet. Okay, now is our Langsmith. Langsmith. Okay, so Langsmith, firstly, we will see what is Langsmith. Langsmith is a reputable firm which is specializing in linguistic services tailored for legal professionals. Okay, so it is renowned for its expertise in providing the language support, specifically catered to the needs of legal practitioners. Then these are all the services for LLM candidates. We can use it for essay editing. We can use it for document translations. We can use it for language proficiency assessments. Okay. So these are tailored support for application materials. Okay. Which can be used for enhancing the clarity. Like it will ensure the application materials are clear, coherent, and effectively communicate the candidate strength. Then we have a precision focus, which will emphasize the precisions in language usage, which will align with the meticulous standards of legal academia. Then there is significance of Langsmith services. So here we are using it for enhancing the application materials, like quality enhancement or clarity and precisions. Okay. So apart from that, we can use it for supports for non-native English speakers. Okay. Like it can be useful for proficiency demonstrations, which will assist non-native speakers in showcasing the language proficiency. Okay. It can be useful for crucial requirements for successful LLM application. Can be useful for language assistance as well. Okay. So it will help as a bridge language gaps. It will help bridge the language gaps, which will ensure the applicants effectively conveys their qualifications and intentions. Then there is commitments to precision and professionalism. It can be useful for critical standards, which will showcase a langsmith's decision to maintain precise language and professional standards. Okay, demanded in legal academia. Then it can be useful for reflecting the applicant's commitment, demonstrates an applicant's commitment to presenting themselves at the highest level of professionalism. Okay, so this is one of the things. Then there is how Langsmith helps the LLM applicants. So firstly, it will be having a tailored language support. Okay, so it will have a tailored language support, which will enhance the communication skills between these two. Okay, then tailored support aids in providing the language proficiency and as well as candidates' ability to effectively communicate their qualifications. Then there is confidence boost. Confidence boost here will result the communication skills. It will boost the confidence automatically in presenting the application material. Expert editing services. Refinements for clarity. Expert editing ensures documents are clear, coherent, and aligned with the stringent standards expected in LLM applications. Then there is professional coherence, which will guarantee that the content flows seamlessly, which will make sure that it has readability as well as professional presentation. Then there is language proficiency assessment. How we are going to assess that? So support for non-native speakers. Okay, it will use as a comprehensive assessment, which will help non-native speakers understand their language proficiency levels and through guiding them or through meet application requirements. Okay, then there is strategic preparation, which will allow the applicants to strategize their approach and to bridge any language gaps identified through an assessment. Then there is LangServe. LangServe. It is used. What is the objective of this LangServe? So, it is used to understand the significance of language services in LLM. Means it can be useful for like masters of law applications. So, language services comprises translation, editing, and proofreading to facilitate the effective communications in different languages. Then we have an importance in LLM applications. LLM programs are often requires proficiency in the institution level. Language services will be aimed in presenting the accurate and polished application materials. Okay. Then there is components. Then we have a components, which will do a translation of academic script, recommendation letter, personal statements, and other relevant documents. Then there are different types of language services. There are translation services, like converting the documents from one language to the another. Or the importance in LLM applications is ensuring the accuracy of academic records, like essays or recommendations by maintaining the fidelity to the original content and context. Then there is editing and proofreading. So it will review and refine the contents for clarity, coherence, and accuracy. It will be used for Quality of return materials by ensuring the grammatical correctness, proper structure, and logical flows of ideas should be there. Then there is RAG, retrieval augmented generations. These RAG, these days we are using it for like making chatbots or other things. Okay, so RAG will combine retrieval and generations in language models to enhance the understanding and generations of the text. It enables the model to access external knowledge source during the generation process, which will involve the quality and relevance of the generated content. Then there are different components over this. RAG consists of a retrieval and a generator. Retrieval will fetch the relevant information from the knowledge source, while the generator will use this information to create the coherent and conceptually relevant text. Okay, what will retrieval will do? Retrieval will fetch the relevant information from the knowledge source or the knowledge base. Okay, and generator will try and display that. Then working mechanisms of RAG. We have a retrieval process. In the retrieval process, we will employ various retrieval mechanisms such as dense retrievers or sparse retrievers to fetch the information from the large knowledge base. Then there is a generation process. The retrieved information is then integrated into the generation process of the language model, which will try and influence the content and coherence of the generated text. Then we have an iterative process. RAG will often involve an iterative approach where retrieved information continuously refines the generation, improving the quality of the output. Then these are all the applications of the RAG. Okay. It can be useful for question answering. It can be useful for text summarizations. It is useful for content creations. Okay. It can be like, these are all the advantages with respect to RAG. Improved relevance. RAG will improve the relevance and accuracy of the generated contents by leveraging the external knowledge. Then we have an enhanced understanding. It can be useful for complex topics by assessing the diverse knowledge sources. Then for conceptual generation, we have RAG. Okay, like it will enable the generation of contextability, which will be relevant text by incorporating the retrieved information from that text. Then these are some of the challenges with respect to RAG. First is retrieval accuracy. Now, when it comes to RAG, here we will ensure that the accuracy retrieval of the relevant information from the knowledge base will pose as a challenge. Okay, like what is the information? What information we are extracting? Okay, so there might be sometimes it would pose a challenge. Okay, then there is computational complexity. RAG models can be computationally intense due to integrations of retrieval mechanisms with the generations. It can be useful for handling the large knowledge bases. So efficiently it will use and manage the vast knowledge bases, and it can be challenge. It can be a challenge for implementing the RAG. Okay, so this is where when it comes to handling the large knowledge database, so it will be a challenge for that. RAG will be a challenge. To implement a RAG will be a challenge. So we'll stop today. Thank you for joining. We'll see you in next lecture. Okay. Then we will understand about the RAG optimization technique, how we can optimize these to get the whatever the challenges are here, how we can overcome these challenges. Okay. So this is it for today. Thank you. Bye-bye.